Hello everyone. We are here with another part of She Friend Zone My Love. In the previous video you saw Amira told about her feelings for Apurva to Ritvik and made him to promise about not saying this to anyone. Keep watching for the secrets to get revealed, and I highly recommend to use earphones for a better experience. It's not funny anymore. 2 months later, Apurva kept on writing poems depicting his emotions and situations. In the past 2 months, Sia drifted away from him while he had become immune to the pain he felt every time he was with Amira. Ritvik, as promised, didn't disclose his conversation with anyone, but her absurd behavior from past few weeks disturbed everyone. She wasn't able to recollect things that earlier she had on her fingertips. She had even started to forget her classes and dialogues from the play. Everyone in the play team were pissed off on her as she wasn't able to say even a single dialogue. No one understood what was wrong with her, but Apurva sensed it was something terrible. On the next day, she actually forgot her role in the play. Apurva tried to help her remember, but her memory was foggy. Apurva took her to the college canteen and told her everything will be alright. Amira told him that she wanted to be alone and she asked Apurva to take her to some place quiet. Apurva told her that they could go to his apartment, replying to which Amira asked if he stayed nearby. Apurva was shocked as she had already came to his place, but he thought that she was just pretending like she was never there. Apurva initially thought she was joking, but when she insisted that she couldn't remember ever coming to his house, it scared him. Apurva remembered the time when she had forgotten about her sister's birthday. Since then, she had started to behave absurdly weird. Apurva parked his Vespa and went upstairs, this time much more confident when he passed Watchman. After getting out of the elevator, Amira looked around as if she was trying to recollect the memories when she had been there before. Upon entering the house, they sat on the couch, and to make her feel better, he asked her about her old friend Pihu. Amira said that she is not close to her after she changed her school. She asked him, "Didn't you know her? In fact, you were very good friends." Apurva was shocked as the only thing he knew about Pihu was that she was Amira's friend. He felt Amira was just doing this to irritate him. Then they both went to his bedroom. He pushed her down on the bed and climbed on top of her. He kicked off his shoes, quickly got out of his jeans and dragged a blanket over them. Every inch of their body was soaked in love. As the intimacy in between them reached to the top, Apurva was lost inside her, completely unaware of his surroundings. She screamed, her nails digging into his back. Apurva laid beside her for a few minutes and Amira called him as Ishan. She said, "Ishan, I so wanted to do this. You are amazing, Ishan." Apurva forgot everything and got angry on her for repeatedly addressing him as Ishan. He told her to get out of his house and so do from his life. It was another day filled with malice and hate for himself. It was 11 in the night when he got a text from Hamaira saying to pick her up. Apurva immediately set out on his Vespa to the location she had mentioned. Upon reaching there, he could not find her anywhere, so finally, after looking out for her, he texted her and told her to send location on WhatsApp. And when she was about to send him her location, her phone battery died. He tried calling her several times, but her cell was switched off. He figured out as if this was another prank of hers, but he kept on looking for her till 1 a.m. at the possible locations. He feared the worst. Just thinking about something bad happening to her gave him goosebumps. Same questions ruled his mind. Where did she disappear all of a sudden? Was she safe in the darkness of the city? And then she said it. To Apurva, Amira was like question with no answer. A song paused midway. It had been days and Amira's phone was still switched off. She didn't come to the college the day after the incident. Sia and Ritvik felt she was just on leave, but the truth was different. Days passed and Sia could sense Apurva's restlessness through his eyes. A week later, Apurva decided to go to her house, to the place where he had dropped her off on her sister's birthday. On the way, he read the text that he had sent last night. As he read the text, tears rolled down his cheeks, as only he understood the pain of losing her. As he stood in front of a door, he realized the surname written on the board was not hers. He rang the bell and a man opened the door. Apurva asked about Amira, and to his surprise, there was no one named Amira in that house. On the way back, he asked the watchman if he had seen Amira, and the watchman, as expected, said that he had never seen her there. Apurva felt disappointed, but he kept trying to find her. But at the end of the day, there was no sign of her. Amira's existence had become nothing but a hollow lie. Apurva could barely sleep those days. All he did was pen down his thoughts. He was in desperate need of someone with whom he could share everything. He ultimately decided to tell Sia what had happened. He texted her, "I am sorry. We cross each other every day, but let's talk tomorrow. Let's not get into the we just stop talking zone," which is the reason so many friendship ends. Sia's response surprised Apurva. "What took you so long to message? Love you." Apurva broke down as soon as he read her text. He knew there was at least someone out there who genuinely cared about him. Apurva immediately dialed her number. Her hello gave him goosebumps. He sobbed like a child. Sia felt the same, but she controlled herself to avoid emotional breakdown. They spoke to each other for a few minutes and they were friends again. Sometimes we are too hesitant to solve our problems in simple way. On the next day, Sia and Ritvik waited for Apurva. Apurva walked to them and apologized for whatever had happened. Ritvik was probably the happiest person that day after seeing the lost spark in Sia's eyes return. Apurva told them everything that had happened with Amira at the bus stop. The following night, Apurva's parents were out of town, and all Apurva could do was drink and talk about Amira whenever he spoke to Sia. By the end of the night, there was a collection of bottles at the foot of his bed, all witnessing his heartbreak. The next day, Ritvik finally got Amira's address after forcing Pion to get it from the student's record. Both Sia and Apurva were overjoyed, and then Ritvik told about what Amira had told him in the library. Apurva felt shocked when her address indicated that she lived in Warsaw. He was completely confused and hoped that the truth wasn't something awful. When they entered the building, they saw her surname on the nameplate. He rang the bell, but no one opened the door. He gave it another try, and finally, a girl appeared who was younger than them but looked like Amira. Apurva asked about Amira, and the girl said that she was not home and had gone with mom and dad. Sia asked her if they could come inside. The girl welcomed them and told them that she was Nivi, Amira's younger sister. She said Amira had gone to meet Baba for Ayurvedic medicine and will be back by the coming week. Sia was shocked and asked if anything had happened to Amira. "Alzheimer's," Nivi replied. "It is an incurable disease, but medicine can slow its progress." According to her mom, Amira had an eraser in her mind which gradually erased her memories. She also added that it made her forget things and mental death would come before physical one. Even surgery couldn't cure it, and very soon she would forget her mom, dad, and everyone else. Apurva wasn't ready to accept such a drastic end to anyone. His world turned dark the moment Nivi told him the truth. He stood there hollow and empty. It's said that when a person dies, their memories live on forever. But for Amira, the memories were dying first. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for latest uploads.